sectors of the economy. Because we need to understand that information technology is not an end in itself. Rather, it's a means of achieving a desire as an end. So, it's really very important that we see information technology, from that as a perspective. So, now that we have my slide as an up, it's very important to know that safety and health can be enhanced by technology, just like any other area or sector, as a life. AI has the power of increasing our efficiency and effectiveness by an order of magnitude. And what do I mean by order of magnitude? Anything that you are doing manually or with your regular technology, artificial intelligence can increase the speed and your efficiency times as in 10. And as we know, artificial intelligence is the new electricity. In the second industrial revolution, electricity was the main thing. But in this fourth industrial revolution, artificial intelligence is electricity. And what do I mean as in by this? It is pervasive in all areas of our life, from work to play to communication, to ensuring that we are very good, with productivity. And we believe that AI can also be implemented in the area of safety and also health. But it is important that for you to adopt artificial intelligence, you must also engage in what is called digital transformation. And we'll see that, in the course of my presentation. So without further ado, let me start this presentation as in proper. Please, can you move to the next slide? So, why do we need to involve AI as in transformation in occupational safety and health in Nigeria? It's very obvious, because occupational safety and health is vital for Nigeria's productivity workforce. And as such, it's important that we continue to improve our existing as a method of ensuring this. Additionally, we have more of workers in Nigeria than the unemployed. So what this means is that there is a huge reason for us to establish risk of accidents, risk of deaths in our as a workplace. Then number 3, just like I mentioned in my DG's as a presentation, according to NSITF, over 4,904 reports of accidents, were reported between 2012 and also 2024. And like I also mentioned in my earlier presentation, I believe that this number is far more than this. Why we're having this kind of statistics? It's because we don't really have effective ways of getting this incident, and deaths as reported as rather. And that is what artificial intelligence, can also help us and solve. Please, can you go back to the... Then again, many cases in the informal sector, remain unreported. MSMEs, small-scale industries, they experience lots and lots of incidents, accidents, deaths and all that. But all this, are under as reported. And with technology, we can increase the way we report this. And why is reporting very important? Reporting is important so that we can investigate, get to the root causes of these incidents and accidents, so that we can prevent further, occurrence of this accident. Then the evolving risk. Traditional OSH methods are proving insufficient to address complexities of rapidly evolving industrials and risk. So what artificial intelligence can do is to help increase our ability, to conduct risk management. Because as far as safety is concerned, risk management is at the heart of it. We need to be able to identify risks in our workplace. we need to be able to ensure that we have an understanding of this as in risks. We need to be able to ensure that we can come up with measures that can help either prevent, the risk from turning into an incident or reacting to the incident. Next slide, please. So, what promise does AI transformation has in the area of safety and health in our workplaces? Number one, real-time hazard detection. So with artificial intelligence, you can set up as in systems that can provide what is called predictive analysis. Predictive analysis is an ability, for anybody to be able to predict possible occurrences and learn from such occurrences to prevent a future accident. And how can you get this as in done? AI can go through the digital space and collect and aggregate existing information of reported incidents and deaths, thereby providing information to organizations on ways of preventing such incidents. Then computer vision. Cameras can detect human presence and unsafe behaviors. AI cameras reduce accidents by 30% globally. And this is one area where most organizations have ignored. Very simple cameras that are AI enabled have the ability of being able to detect unsafe behaviors in our workplaces. And the good news is that computer vision, especially in the realm of CCTVs, it's not rocket science. This is something that, with about 40, 50,000 naira, you can get on Chinese as a website, AliExpress, Temu. I know for some of us, we shop on this as in sites. So these cameras can be purchased as in there. And these cameras, have the ability of detecting, unsafe as in behaviors and warn you in time. Then smart monitoring systems. We're talking about wearable, IoT sensors, smart system providing continuous monitoring. So this is also very important. And at the same time, this is not rocket science. Many of these wearables in the form of wristwatches, you can get them on sites like AliExpress. And they don't really cost as much. You have currently watches that can detect your blood pressure, your blood sugar as a level, if you are fatigued, and warn you so that you can make effective decisions with such information. So what is stopping organizations from getting all these wearables for their staff? What is stopping them in creating awareness, even if they don't want to, sponsor the purchase of such as a wearables as an organization? What stops them from providing the right awareness so that staff can purchase, this as wearables? Then immersive safety and training. AI provides a platform where you can train workers on safety as in standards, do's and don'ts, without subjecting them as into the risk. I don't want to sound too technical, but I think I need to, since we are trying to, be artificially, intelligently as in transformed. There is what is called digital twin. A digital twin is a simulated environment, a computer environment where you can create a copy of the conditions of an organization and train staff, especially new staff, on how to use dangerous as machines. It also presents the opportunity of training them on the safety standards and safety as a requirement. So these are technologies that are not far-fetched, and organizations, can implement it. So a body like ISPON should create this awareness in majority of our organizations so that this kind of, tool can be adopted. Next slide, please. Then effective occupational safety and hazard reporting. Like I mentioned, I cannot overflog as in this. Reports in the Nigerian as a large scale, has a bit of as in paucity. And there's no fault of those organizations where these incidents or deaths occur. It's because there is really no effective IT-enabled system to report all these incidents. I've done my research, and the only digital platform that I can tell you that is in existence is the NSITF's ECS. And even at that, how many of us know about the platform? Maybe for safety professionals, as in like you, but for people like us that are not in that sector, we are not even really aware as of it. So this is also where artificial intelligence can come in and ensure that with simple tools like a mobile app, incidents, accidents, deaths, can be reported in time. And like I mentioned earlier, the essence of having all these reports is so that we can learn, we can investigate and get to the root cause of the problem so that we can prevent future occurrence. Then AI-powered drones. This is also one area where AI, can come in as far as safety in our workplace is concerned. I believe that many of us, we are aware of how drones doesn't work. But what will ensure that drones can leverage AI is by ensuring that you have AI as in platforms, as an underlay for the drones. For example, drones that are AI enabled can be used in construction as in sites to warn of possible accidents. About 2 weeks ago, I don't know how many of us had this story. In Indonesia, in an Islamic school, while the children were praying, part of the building collapsed, as in on them. And majority of these students has died. I think about 90% of them has died. And what is the cause of this? An existing building, a building that had existed for years, suddenly they now decided to add 4 more floors as into it. But meanwhile, as they are doing that, if they are deployed an AI-enabled drone with X-ray vision, that drone will have seen through what is being done and warn that this structure is not stable and will collapse. Unfortunately, those children, lost their lives. So this is one area. This can be applied, in construction as in sites. It can also be applied in the oil and gas industry. I have a friend. What he does, within, as in Port Harcourt, is to provide such services to the oil and gas industries. They send drones in advance to survey an area that needs to be maintained. And when bad actors are detected, the organization is warned before sending their engineers. And this has helped prevent, lots of kidnapping, from bad actors. Next slide, please. So, AI is a current buzzword. I'm sure that 100% of us as in here know about AI. If you do not know about AI, please raise up your hand. So, which means that I'm right. But do we really understand what artificial intelligence is beyond it being a buzzword? I know that for majority of us, at least 2 of the apps on your phone is being powered by artificial intelligence. But what is really artificial intelligence from a fundamental as a perspective? So AI, in short, is any computer program that mimics human intelligence. It's as simple as that. So we are trying as much as possible to create a system that mimics our intelligence. But the difference is that with artificial intelligence, any decision or action that we take is done speedily, like I mentioned earlier, by an order of magnitude. That is times 10 of the rates with which we human beings, can have it done. If I ask you now, what are the basic things, that we do as part of our intelligence? We can read. Artificial intelligence, as in can read. But guess what? AI can read faster than you. If you disagree with me, raise up your hand. AI can read and understand faster than you. And to prove this, I will give you an assignment. Go to ChatGPT. Look for any one of your policy documents. A policy document or any document at all that is about 50 to 100 pages. Go to ChatGPT. How many of us know about ChatGPT? Raise up your hand. Very good. So go to ChatGPT, upload that document there, and type the following prompt. What do I mean by prompt? A text to ask the AI question. Type it inside, say, ChatGPT, look at this document that I've just uploaded. Read it and respond to me that you understand, and provide a one-page summary of the document. I can tell you, if you as a human being are to provide a summary, it may take you between 2 days to 1 week, depending on your level, of assimilation. But I can bet you ChatGPT will do it in 1 second. ChatGPT will have it done in just 1 second. So, and this has benefited so many of us by helping us, improve our productivity and the likes. Then also, one of the things that we do as human beings is to write. And AI can also write, but guess what? It writes faster than us. One other thing that we can do as humans is to drive. But right now, AI even drives better than a human being. And a testament as into this is the self-driving vehicle by the likes of Tesla and as in Waymo. So as in the point is that AI can help us, achieve, can help us achieve our tasks, activities, and decisions by an order of as a magnitude. Next slide, please. So let's look at Nigerians' current AI-driven OSH challenges. Yes, artificial intelligence is out there, but when it comes to adoption, there are unique and general challenges in different sectors. So, one of the challenges that you notice is that policy and regulatory frameworks do not really address the adoption of AI. If you look at all the policies that we have as far as safety and health is concerned in Nigeria, nobody addresses the issue of adoption of artificial intelligence. Okay? Paradoxically, if you look at the only national artificial intelligence strategy, that we have, it also doesn't really provide much information in addressing the issues of safety and health. Then slow AI adoption. Yes, AI is a boss, but Nigeria is still very slow. There are many African countries that have, expedited their adoption. Then infrastructure and skill gaps. I can tell you for free that if a nation needs to be AI transformed at a national level, such nation needs to invest in huge infrastructure. And I can tell you, IT infrastructure doesn't come cheap, but AI infrastructure at the national level is even more expensive. Currently, we are trying to get a GPU, to start hosting our large language models. And a minimalistic GPU, when I say GPU, it's a form of computer system that can work very well with artificial intelligence platforms. The one we are looking at is currently about 120 million naira. So tell me how many organizations can afford that. Then paucity of OSH policies and AI transformation in many organizations. It's one thing for you to have policies, frameworks at national level. It's another thing for it to be domesticated. So in most of our organizations, these policies are not domesticated. And this is where I believe ISPON as in comes in, to create enough awareness to help ensure that organizations, aside from having policies on OSH, also have policies on AI transformation and apply to OSH. There are limited awareness and training on OSH and AI transformation in many organizations. This is also a problem. It's not enough to have the infrastructure. You must be aware of how to adopt AI. you must be aware of how to apply AI. Next slide, please. So this is just a case study. So from my research, because as part of my job, I go around, I do information security audits, technology audits. And my course of doing my audit, the only sector that I've seen that has adopted AI for OSH is the oil and gas. I've had the opportunity to audit Shell. I've had the opportunity to audit Chevron in Eket. And that is about the only place where you see all these things, being done. They are being applied to their SCADA systems to help ensure that they can prevent workplace injuries. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Hope this is not part of my time. So what you are looking at here now is a projection. And don't ask me where I got the projection. It's from an artificial intelligence. So what you're seeing here, quickly, is that if we apply AI, issues around incidents and deaths in workplace will start reducing. In fact, the more you go, the more the reduction. But if we do not do that, issues of incidents and deaths in workplaces will keep rising. Next slide, please. So, what is NIDA's intervention in the national AI transformation? We facilitated the co-creation of a national AI strategy where we brought in 200 experts, foreign experts, local experts, to draft this strategy. And the whole essence is to ensure that Nigeria can adopt AI as a national level for national prosperity and growth. We've also established a special purpose vehicle called the National Center for Artificial Intelligence and Robotics. And this center promotes research and development, implementation, adoption of AI in Nigeria. Then we've also done a plethora of public awareness on AI, different sectors, education, government, the private sector, oil and gas, and the likes. Then we've also invested a lot in AI literacy and skill. Just like you have digital literacy and skill, you also need to have AI literacy and skills. Because AI is a special branch of IT that cannot be compared to any other, branch of IT. So we've done all this at NIDA. Next, please. So like I mentioned, digital transformation is the basis for AI transformation. If you need to adopt AI at an organizational level, especially for OSH, you must ensure that you have a digital transformation strategy. And what do we mean as in by this? A strategy that can help you identify your current state as far as digital transformation is concerned. A strategy that can help you also define your future state. What do you want to achieve as far as applying digital technologies or artificial intelligence? And it will also help you create opportunities. What opportunities do you have? What are the challenges? And finally, it helps you create a roadmap to bridge from your current digital transformation state to your future digital transformation as a state. So also, this needs to be adopted and presented to organizations by ISPON. Because most people try to adopt AI, but without knowing that with AI, there are underlying digital technologies, and that is where your digital transformation comes in. Next slide, please. So these are just examples of AI tools, application, and platforms. Because I'm out of time, I won't go into this one by one. But I'll make this slide available so that you can look at them. And for many of these tools as in here, they are not that as expensive. It's just for us to be aware of it and ensure that it is implemented. For example, in the area of computer vision, CCTV as in cameras, these are brands that you can subscribe to. Intense AI, Protex AI, Enviro AI that can help you achieve many objectives you've defined as far as safety and health is concerned. Then, like I mentioned earlier, you also have wearable AI sensors. So these are some of the brands there: Kinetic Reflex, Mojo Smart Belt, Honeywell Connected Walker. So these are specific AI applications that are designed for different use cases, within the safety and health and sector. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. I know. So the road ahead. So what are our strategic recommendations to the safety and health sector? Number one, we require national policy and regulatory clarity. Like I mentioned earlier, there are lots and lots of policies, framework at national level on safety and health. But if you look at them, none of them talks about AI strategies for improving safety and health. So that has to be done. Then domestication and enforcement of policies and strategy. I've also mentioned this later. It's not enough to have it at national level. It has to be domesticated. And this is where ISPON, as it comes in. I've been trying to look for the president, but I can't see him. So these are things I believe ISPON should note to help ensure the effectiveness of as a mandate. Then invest in infrastructure. This is known as Embrader. I won't talk too much about that. Then capacity building. It's also very important. It's not enough for you to have an infrastructure. Like I mentioned in my DG's earlier speech, we need to transition from just being safety professionals to digital safety professionals. Better still, AI safety professionals. And that is where training, awareness, capacity building as it comes in. Then effective collaboration between the government, industry, academia, civil society, and even the international community is very important, because issues around safety and health in workplaces affects all of us the same way. As such, we need to come together to find a sustainable solution to this as an issue. Yes, we can't get rid of it 100%, but as much as possible, we can mitigate it. Next slide, please. So, my conclusion, AI is a catalyst for transformation. This is one of the best things that has happened to the human race. We've gone through the first industrial revolution, the second industrial revolution, the third industrial revolution. In this fourth industrial revolution, amongst all the emerging technologies, because AI is under the set of emerging technologies. We have so many of them: IoT, blockchain, cloud computing. But AI stands out because it's a catalyst for significant transformation. Then responsible adoption promises reduce accidents, improved worker health, and enhanced overall productivity. I've mentioned this earlier. Collective action. Achieving this vision requires unified efforts from the government, industry leaders, and entire workforce. Then the future of work in Nigeria is set to be safer, smarter, and more inclusive, empowered by the intelligent application of artificial intelligence. So at this juncture, I have come to the end of my presentation, and I hope that we will transition. Yes, I know I'm going to start my microphone, but I think this is very important because of the title or the theme for this conference. It's not just about safety and health, it's about leveraging digitalization and AI. And as such, an outcome, a takeaway from this is that ISPON should push for a strategy of turning its members from just, safety professionals to digitally enabled, AI transformed safety professionals. Thank you.
A super applause for this super IT personality. Figures like these are not usually seen around. Dr. Ayo Bakare is a super expert. In fact, his mind works like AI. A super applause for Dr. Bakare. Thank you. Dr. Bakare, thank you for bringing us to speed in AI revolution. All right. At this point, the young people have advantage in this age of AI. And ISPON is catching them very young. In this very hallowed professional circle, we have distinguished Nigerians